dreams, hold you in my dreams. Someone took you out of my arms, still I feel the thrill of your charms. Lips that once were mine, tender eyes they shine. They will guide my way tonight. I'll see you in my dream. Now pick her.
Who's next? But this is a friend of mine from down in Paducah, Mr. Chuck Carroll. And him and Bob Saxton's going to play a little bit for you. He's a jazzy picker. He's played with folks like Billy Grammer and different ones way back in the 50s and all over the country. And great guitar player. And if y'all don't know it, Bobby Anderson has got all kinds of tapes and stuff over here. He's got Odell Martin tapes and CDs and Bobby Barber and a lot of Odell's friends and Bose Rager tapes and things and hats, whatever you need.
She Very important announcement. The barbecue is here. I've just been told, so run fetch it. Here's a little thing Odell used to like to play. It's a thing Chet recorded, and I think Jerry Reed's the one that first came up with the idea. It's Lady Madonna, where he plays this. Here's a weird little thing that Odell wrote. Odell and Charlie Murphy, I guess Charlie Murphy had an idea for a little tune in B, and the tune to it was like this. Well, Odell fiddled around with that for a while, decided he'd do something else with it. So he played another little part to it and went kind of like this. pepper, and I heard him one time call it salt and pepper. So
It should be hot bread, cornbread, and butter.
that'd be foul. Here's something else he wrote. We call this Allegre. I don't know. I never heard him name it, so we just kind of named it for him. Allegre. Odell. Sure one of the original there. I played that for John Knowles, who's a classical guitar player. I forgot to tell you all this. He was over at my house about a month ago, and of course those guys want to hear something different all the time. And I said, here's a tune Odell Martin wrote. I'm gonna play something you've never heard. This guy's a big wheel in Nashville. It knocked him out. He just had a fit over it. He said, what was that again? I said, well, we call it Allegre. And I played him that little old tune, and Knowles just had a fit over it. I said, that is Odell, some Odell stuff right there. Oh, really?
Sunrise at Allegre.
Yes, sunrise at Allegre. Sunrise at Allegre. anybody? Did y'all ever heard it before? I got it. You've heard it. Did I hear you say Raymond wrote that, you know?
Yeah, I got it on Spider's album.
Raymond wrote it. Okay, so I say Charlie Murphy played it for me, and I said, what in the world was that? And he said, I think it's a spider. Hickory smoke. It's a good tune, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Kind of weird about the key.
Well, that was Spider, right?
When you go to 40 years ago,
Uh-huh.
What is it?
Yeah.
Called, Rich Sound of 20 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, I'd never heard it. It uses that, of course.
Dueling cameras.
I've got it on.
about every tape I ever heard, especially those Gene had. We used to work together, and Odell would come over at the house, and he'd make a tape, and he'd always play The Entertainer. Knock me out the way he played it. Thing I want to close out with him here and play Sweet Hour of Prayer. My favorite.
No. I'm not gonna take up much time, maybe 10 to 15 minutes. I'm gonna wear this hat because I never made any money playing music, so I started wearing this silly hat. So,
Don't forget Bigfoot.
okay.
The mayor.
All right, I'll tell you what we'll do. I'm gonna lower this mic and I'll be about ready to go. You can tell me what you want to hear and I'll do it, and I'll do it real fast so it don't take up a whole lot of time.
And do the one about the mayor's wife, too.
BC song. All right, that'd be a good one to start out with. I work around the country at bluegrass festivals, and one of the gentlemen asked me a while ago, said that they listen to finger picking, thumb picking out at bluegrass festivals, and strangely enough, they love it out there. You don't think of thumb picking as bluegrass kind of guitar playing, but they sure do like what I do, and I'm glad to get to play it. And can you hear that guitar okay? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to sing you a song about, I do a lot of writing, and this is a song about a little old lady who wanted to go camping at a bluegrass festival. It's called Miss Virginia Mayfield and the BC. Miss Virginia Mayfield was a sheltered spinster lady. She wanted to go camping at a bluegrass festival. She wrote a 2-page letter to the festival committee to ask about the campground, the facilities and all. This was to be her first trip, so she was apprehensive, especially about the bathroom, COMMODE. And she was too embarrassed just to come right out and spell it, so she abbreviated it with the letters BC. When they received her letter, the committee was bewildered. Not a soul could figure out what BC meant at first. Then the chairman realized that Miss Virginia Mayfield must be asking them about the local Baptist church. The chairman wrote a letter and it said, "My dear Miss Mayfield, thank you for the interest you have shown in our BC. I'll try to put your mind at ease and answer all your questions. And once you've used our BC, I'm sure you'll be relieved. Our BC sits on the right, just 9 miles down the highway. It will seat 200, even more with folding chairs. The last time that I went was a month ago last Sunday. It was so crowded, I stood up the whole time I was there. Some of our folks pack their lunch and make a whole day of it. It pains me that I can't find time to go more regularly. And it might interest you to know the BC crowd keeps growing, but we have planned a potluck supper to help us buy more seats. So Miss Virginia Mayfield, when you pull into our campground, tell the people at the gate to call me on the phone. And I will have my wife Moselle to go with you the first time. We'll both be glad to sit with you and make you feel at home. Okay. Can we turn the guitar up a little? I didn't think it was quite loud enough. One, two, that's coming up, so that's it. That's the voice. That's the voice.
Tell them.
Still not coming up, is it?
Great chorus, Kevin.
What?
On channels 1 and 2.
Oh, he said 1 and 2, so if this is 1, the other one's maybe 2. There it is. That's it. He said take a little bass off of it.
No, we listen to it.
that doing?
Sound better.
Play for us.
Okay.
Go for it.
Play for us.
All right, I don't have much time here, so what else? I want to do Bigfoot. Somebody wanted to hear that. What else? Did somebody ask for another song?
Mayor's wife. You remember?
Mayor's Wife and Deputy Joe. All right, let me get my other guitar over here.
Tell them about your guitar.
That's Liza. You mean he didn't fool with Jane? Now he fooled with me.
Yeah, this is Sylvia here. I named my guitars, you know. I'm like B.B. King. He got one, I got two, you know. This is Sylvia, and that's Michelle, the blonde bombshell there. And I named my guitars because I have to spend so much time alone with them. And oh, okay, now this is a true story. This happened in Virginia, where I grew up about 35 years ago. All the names have been changed to protect the not-so-innocent. It's called The Mayor's Wife and Deputy Joe. Why I left town in a hurry, I can give you reasons 1, 2, 3. There was an irate husband and a desperate woman and police brutality. It started one dark Tuesday night when I found out that the mayor's wife was fooling around with Joe, the deputy. I was sitting in the backyard rolling my own 5 minutes after the mayor left home when a car without any lights came down the street. He stopped in the alley and he blinked his lights, and that's when I saw the mayor's wife slipping out the back and getting in on the passenger side. She stayed in that car for an hour at least, and when she got out, she sure looked pleased, and old Deputy Joe was grinning like Barney Fife. So if you wonder why I left town in a hurry, I can give you reasons 1, 2, 3. There was an irate husband and a desperate woman and police brutality. I decided I'd have some fun one night. I drove down the street without my lights, parked in the alley and blinked a time or two. I knew that the mayor was out of town, and old Deputy Joe was making his rounds, and I wondered what kind of trouble I could get into. Well, before you know it, she was in my arms. She thought I was Joe in an unmarked car. 2 hours later, she still wouldn't let me go. Just then a big bright light flashed on, and a big deep voice said, "What's going on?" I was staring straight at the badge of Deputy Joe. Well, he hit me and slapped me around a bit, but it didn't take much to make him quit. I threatened to tell the mayor what he'd been up to. I thought that I was about home free, but the mayor's wife had plans for me. She said I was the best she'd ever made love to. Yeah, she asked her husband for a divorce, said she planned on marrying me, of course, and that's how the mayor got into the act. Didn't want to get married, didn't want to get killed, didn't want to get locked in a jailhouse cell, so I left that town and I ain't never going back. So if you wonder why I left town in a hurry, I can give you reasons 1, 2, 3. There was an irate husband and a desperate woman, not to mention police brutality. There was an irate husband and a desperate woman and police brutality. Thank you very much. You know, somebody was asking me a while ago, said, you use picks on your fingers. You know, most guitar players, I guess, don't do that. And when I started out, I just used my fingernails. But then I got real nervous trying to play the guitar, you know, and I ate my fingernails right down to the quick. So I went out and bought me some artificial fingernails. And I started eating them right out of the box. Then I got me some metal picks like banjo players, and so I do like the banjo players now. What else did you want to hear? Was it another? Okay. All right, yeah, over-the-counter drugs. Now, I'll tell you, I write songs. I guess I've had 120 songs recorded. Most of them are bluegrass. And of course, you don't make much money writing bluegrass songs. But I have figured out how to do. I've figured out how to become a millionaire writing bluegrass music, bluegrass songs. All you have to do is live to be 5,000 years old. So I'm working on that too. I decided here about 10 years ago what this country needed was a good drug song. Hadn't had a good drug song in a while. So I went down to the drug store and I wrote down the names of 57 drugs that I either take now or used to take. But you know, I'm kind of like Bill Clinton is about taking drugs. I put them in my mouth, I don't swallow them. This is called over-the-counter drugs. Well, I've been called a hypochondriac, but it's not just in my head. I'm really sick. I got asthma, sinus, arthritis, acne, hives, and tonsillitis, athlete's foot and tennis elbow, runny nose and a nagging head cold. And I've got ingrown toenails, chicken pox, and hemorrhoids. Got the gout and an overactive thyroid. Got measles, mumps, and halitosis, the flu and mononucleosis, and I'm always taking over-the-counter drugs. And I take Allegre, Actifed, Sinarest, Sudafed, Tums, and Soltus Quick Rub, Sinex, Comprex, Cristan, Serothin, Bengay, and Vicks Vapor Rub, Maalox, Murine, Bilka, Magnesia, Codeine, and KO Bactate, Chloroseptic, Alka-Seltzer Plus, Preparation H, and Rolaids. And I take Anacin, Afrin, Neosynephrine, Tronilane, and Triminic, Advil, Datril, Benadryl, NyQuil, cause it's got alcohol in it. Bufferin, Benylin, Tylenol, Teledrin, Pepto-Bismol, and no-dose. Digel, Donagel, Carter's little liver pills, BC powder, I try those. And I take Mycotin, Nuprin, Metaprin, Robitussin, Fiberol, Regutol, and Metamucil. Neosporin, Allsmethyleptus, and X-Lax still can be useful. Accutrim, Contact, Phenamid, Stress Stabs, Aspergum, and Domes pills. And I'm always taking over-the-counter, always taking over-the-counter, always taking over-the-counter drugs. All right. This gentleman asked for a song that I wrote after I started hanging out with the folks down at Drakesboro. That's where I met Benny Lear and Bobby and Anderson, his wife. And every time I've been in this part of the state, people always treated me just like home folks, you know, and I really appreciate that. And I didn't know much about where thumb picking originated. The first person I heard do it was Merle Travis, and mostly I heard Chet Atkins when I was trying to learn. And but anyhow, I kind of researched it, read Bobby Anderson's book about it, and came up with this little song. It's called This Thumb Picking Style. I took a trip to western Kentucky, where they say the thirst thumb pickers made their home. And it sure felt good to be where it all started, where this thumb picking guitar style was born. Well, Travis was the one we all heard play it, but he learned it from somebody else, I'm told. So I came down here to Muhlenberg County, where this thumb-picking guitar style was born. You gotta let your heavy thumb start beating rhythm while your fingers pick the melody of the song. All around Drake-Sparrow Town, most folks will tell you that's where this thumb-picking guitar style was born. I heard that a guitar picker named Mose Rager showed a young Merle Travis how he played some songs. Mose Rager and Ike Everly both played thumb style, and they learned it from a guy named Kennedy Jones. All three were making music in the coal camps and towns around Merle's old Kentucky ho, ho, ho. He learned from them, and now the rest is history. That's where this thumb-picking guitar style was born. You gotta let your heavy thumb start beating rhythm while your fingers pick the melody of the song. All around Drake-Sparrow Town, most folks will tell you that's where this thumb-picking guitar style was born. That's where this thumb-picking guitar style was born. Thank you. Thank you so much. And Bobby Anderson's got that on a cassette tape. It's called Cold Town Saturday Night. And I'm going to do a couple more, and then let somebody else get up here. We got guitar pickers around here. We already heard some, and Eddie Pennington's a good friend of mine. He's over here, and he can pick the guitar for sure. And I don't want to take up a lot of time. I want to pick you an old song. Neil Mansfield was talking about this, and I was out there doing it in the parking lot a while ago. I got my own version of Wildwood Flower. I'm gonna play you a little bit of that. Now, I grew up in Virginia, and when I started playing the guitar, I was 5 years old, and wasn't much to do there on the farm but pick and work, you know. And even at age 5, it only took me 2 weeks to figure out that it's more fun to play the guitar than it is to do farm work, you know. So this is a song right here, the Wildwood Flower, that separated the guitar pickers from the guitar plunkers back in those days. And I was 12 years old before I found out it wasn't the national anthem. I'm going to sing you a couple of verses of the Wildwood Flower, and I want to point out something to you here. This is Mother Maybelle Carter's song. She sang it and played it better than anybody. And the reason I point that out to you is because the very first line I'm going to sing says, "I will dance, I will sing, and my life shall be gay." I didn't write this song, folks. This is Mother Maybelle's song, okay? I will dance, I will sing, and my life shall be gay. I will charm every heart, and his crown I will sway. When I woke from my dreaming, my idols were clay, all portion of love and all flown away. Oh, he taught me to love him and promised to love and to cherish me over all others above. How my heart is now yearning, no misery can tell. He left me no warning, no words of farewell. here's something I bet some of you folks don't know about. They play the Wildwood Flower over in Russia. There's one bluegrass band in Russia that plays the Wildwood Flower. They're called the Ural Mountain Boys. They play the Wildwood Flower in Russia, and it sounds like this. Play it in Japan. Gung Ho and the Fuji Mountain Boys played in Japan. Listen to the Japanese Wildwood Flower. They play it in the Middle East. Abdul and the Roving Shiites played in the Middle East. Listen to the Arabian Wildwood Flower. I hope I don't get in trouble with this one now. They play it in Poland. Solidarity Grass plays it in Poland. Do y'all know who Alexander Graham Kowalski was? He was the first telephone pole. Listen to the Polish Wildwood Flower. They play it in Latin America. They also grew it in Latin America. Pedro Sanchez and the Tijuana Grass plays it in Mexico. I used to have this song on a 45 RPM record. That was a little record with a big hole in the middle. I put it on the stereo and forgot to change the speed one day. Played it on 33 1/3. Sounded like this. Traveling through West Virginia 10 years ago, I found this song on a cassette tape at a truck stop. I bought the tape. It turned out to be a bootleg copy, and it ran backwards. Now, you folks wouldn't be here at the Odell Martin Day today if you weren't dying to hear the Wildwood Flower played backwards, right? I bet when you parked your vehicle out there earlier this morning, I bet you said, I wonder if anybody's going to be playing the Wildwood Flower backwards today or not. This is hard to do. I have to take a deep breath before I do it, but I'm going to play the Wildwood Flower backwards for you. Oh boy, folks, you see, I'm desperate for applause. I thought it might be fun to take that 45 RPM and play it on 78. It sounded like this. Thank you. You folks are wonderful. I want you to have a great time today. I'm going to do one more song, and I'm going to be hanging around here. And if you want to get on, well, I've got some tapes and CDs and videos and stuff. If you're interested, I don't have them out here, but and if you want to get on my mailing list, I'd like to have you on my mailing list. I work in this area a lot, down at Rosine a couple of times a year, and like to have you come out. I'll to the shows, and I'll send you a newsletter every so often, let you know where I'm going to be performing. they asked for this song, and this is one. I travel around with my two girls, Sylvia and Michelle, and we have a good time and pretty much make a living doing it. But in the wintertime, it slacks off a little bit. Don't have to work as much and don't get to work as much. And I try to spend 2 weeks out of every winter out in Montana looking for Bigfoot. You know what Bigfoot is? It's this big, hairy creature, you know? It leaves its footprints in the high mountain ranges, big, long footprints, about 18 inches long and real deep. You know, they think that Bigfoot must weigh 400 or 500 pounds. Nobody's ever come face to face. They've taken pictures way off, you know, and stuff like that. Last winter, though, I came face to face with Bigfoot out in Montana. And it scared me so bad, I wrote this song about it. Bigfoot, Bigfoot, Bigfoot is lurking on the mountainside. There's a Bigfoot monster on the loose. Me and my dog are in hot pursuit. High in the foothills of Montana. My dog keeps barking, sniffing and stopping. I think he's on the trail of Bigfoot droppings. Lord, just look at them Bigfoot tracks. My dog starts yelping and going crazy. Bigfoot steps from behind a shade tree. Lord, look at that thing, it's hairy. Got a big white mouth with a nose right above it, hair sticking out like old I love it. Lord, look at that thing, it's scary. Bigfoot, Bigfoot, Bigfoot is lurking on the mountainside. Well, I'm trying to run, but my legs aren't working. Bigfoot stands there, leering and smirking. Lord, it stands about 10 feet tall. Got a face like Whoopi Goldberg, ears like Ross Perot, and gums like Arsenio Hall. Got a sagging belly and a big wide butt. Well, what do you know? It's a female Bigfoot. Help! She's walking right straight toward me. With lust in her eyes and her face is gleaming, breathing real hard and her nostrils steaming. Help me, I think she's after my body. Bigfoot, Bigfoot, Bigfoot is lurking on the mountainside. Well, she walks right up, pats me on the thigh, rubs up against me and winks a big eye. Lord, she's grunting and making noises. I try to resist her unwanted advance. I'd dial 911 if I had the chance. Lord, but I've only got 2 choices. I can scream for help and pray to the Lord. I go along with it and hope she gets bored. Lord, I just hope she doesn't hurt me. She's a-tearing my clothes and a-pawing me too, and making me do things I don't want to do. Lord, I've never felt so dirty. Bigfoot, Bigfoot, Bigfoot is lurking on the mountainside. Well, when I finally broke loose from old Bigfoot, stumbled into town all bloody and tore up, Lord, I thought that I was dying. I told the sheriff what had happened to me. A Bigfoot woman took advantage of me. Lord, he thought that I was lying. He said there ain't no Bigfoot living out there. It must have been mauled by a grizzly bear. No, he wouldn't believe my story. So if you go hiking on a mountain trail, you better watch out for that Bigfoot female. Lord, she's big and mean and lonely. Bigfoot, Bigfoot, Bigfoot is lurking on the mountainside. Thank you. Y'all are wonderful. Have a good time.
people go to school, try to learn how to preach. Some people go to school, try to learn how to teach. You can't be no preacher without going to school. You ain't no preacher, you're an educated fool, and that's all. Well, that's all. You better change your way of living, for the good Lord says that's all. I know a man, he was a mighty man, try to save every dime that he can. When that undertaker puts that man down, where's he gonna spend his money? Under the ground, and that's all. Well, that's all. You better change your way of living, for the good Lord says that's all. Pick it, Paul. Men came from monkey, that's what some people say. Good book don't speak of it that way. If you believe that monkey tale like some people do, I'd rather be that monkey brother than you, that's all. Well, that's all. You better change your way of living, for the good Lord says that's all. Take it one more time. Well, my little song is finished, my little song is through. Wouldn't necessarily singing this song for you. If you don't like the way my little song goes, it's a pretty good sign I've been stepping on your toe, that's all. Well, that's all. You better change your way of living, for the good Lord says that's all. Take it out, Paul. Well, roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when his wheels won't go? I'm going on the mountain, gonna see my baby, and I ain't coming back. No, I ain't coming back. On this 9-pound hammer, just a little too heavy for my size, Lord, for my size. So roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when his wheels won't go? Well, when I'm long gone, they gonna build my tombstone at a black diamond coal, at a black diamond coal. Yeah, roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. Say, how can I roll when his wheels won't go? On this 9-pound hammer, just a little too heavy for my size, yeah, for my size. Yeah, roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. Now how can I roll when his wheels won't go? Take it out, Paul.
great Eddie Pennington will play next. He heard me. See him snarl.
Did you say the great big?
No, I said the great Eddie Pennington.
They had to have big entertainment here today, so they called me. They couldn't. Freddie misunderstood. He thought big entertainment was somebody like me and Steve Rector, but other places they treat it different. I may have to have one of these where that's not one of them Billy. I'll just back it up a little bit there. I've got to take advantage of this gooseneck here. It's not hard long enough. Got my accomplished Bob Saxton sitting over here. He's going to fill in the bad places I make, so he'll be a busy guitar player this evening.
Before you quit, don't forget Oklahoma.
Y'all pick that one first before we start singing.
That'll be good.
While the crowd's still thick, y'all can pick one then.
Yeah, right. Oklahoma's
And know that you were able to tolerate it and stay out there. Let me see if I can do one. Miss Martin, there she is over there. Yeah, maybe she'll pick one in a little while for us too. We've been saving her for a special thing. That's Miss Ellis Martin. I guess she's the oldest thumb picker here today. She's almost 60 years old. I don't know, Tuck Razor might be older than her. Here's one Odell used to do, and I just loved when he'd do it and sing it and all. I don't sing it as good as he did or pick it as good as he do, but I like it anyhow. It's an old Merle Travis song called Information Please. Love just like a telephone, so ring all you please. But before I take my receiver down, give me information please. You're old enough that you should know about the birds and bees. Why do you keep me up a pole? Give me information please. And I thought I had your number and everything was fine. Till I got interference from a dead cat on the line. That busy signal leaves me cold. I tell you, I think I'll freeze. If I don't turn your damper down, give me information please. line keeps a cutting in on me. Tell me what's he got that I ain't got? Information, please. You whisper sweet words in my ears, but every time I start to squeeze, I see long distance in your eyes. Information, please. And I seen too many familiar names in that writing on the wall. Looks to me like you've been making a lot of local calls. Baby, don't you know, I hate to get down on my knees, but just to keep the record straight, give me information, please. Pick it, Bob. In this room with troubles such as these, but honey, just to know the truth, give me information, please. Oh, thank you. With all the good guitar players around, I hate to pick a lot of stuff. What? Well, we can pick that one for you. I can't sing all that, but because I'm way past that. I'm 3 times 7 and I do as a doggone please. There ain't nobody this side of heaven gonna get me on my knees. I'm 3 times 7 and that makes 21. Well, I love on sight and I fly by night and I'm a no good son of a gun. Well, I make my living loafing and I never have worked a day. Working at me just don't agree, cause I ain't built that way. I'm a big duck in the puddle, and don't you try to push me around. I didn't come in like no lion just to go out like a lamb. I need a tuner right bad.
I know, I was kidding you. Yeah, I knew it.
If anybody's having an urge for barbecue, you better run and get it. He's gonna be gone shortly, here in about 15 minutes. I think. Now, tonight they're gonna have barbecue and stuff here and all too. Tonight gonna have all kinds of. They're gonna have the auction and all too. Huh? Barbecue groundhog tonight, so nobody leave. I thought I saw him on the road as they come in down here. Tenderizing him.
I got one Sunday. Then he gave it to me. I wish I'd never seen it. You ever seen it? I was going to you sometime when you was out. I got it here.
I like to do a little love song here and all.
Oh, he's going to think about you.
I won't dedicate it to my wife or nobody like that. She don't like this little song. She don't like the picking in it. She keeps me warm in the winter, shady in the summertime. Now that's what I like about that fat gal of mine. And when I see my landlord, there's so much of her to hide behind. You wouldn't pay rent if your time was spent like mine. Now she's my shelter in the time of storms. I held a skelter right under her arms. She's a beauty if you look at her face, and you shouldn't be looking any other place. Warm in the winter, shady in the summertime. That's what I like about that fat gal of mine. Put your name on the dotted line anytime you meet with a big fat gal like mine. And when that gal is tickled, so much of her has the biggest time that I save all my jokes for that fat gal of mine. Now here's that serious little part about this one. Now this hard time talk don't bother me. I keep as happy as a honeybee. Now things gets rough and times gets hard. I'll render that gal, then I'll sell the lard. Warm in the winter, shady in the summertime. That's what I like about that fat gal of mine. With a big soft heart. She's pretty soft around other parts. And at night when I lay me down, I don't need a pillow when she's around. Warm in the winter, shady in the summertime. That's what I like about that fat gal of mine. COD, this one you want to hear next?
Let's have it. We'll have to
I don't
use
play that. Bob's got a request to play one at San Antonio Stroll. Pick that while I catch my breath here, Robert.
I can't do it till just certain, till just anything. Okay. Tell him to face.
When it gets tough, you just hand it to Bob Saxton. Way down in old Kentucky, there's a fella mighty lucky by the way he makes a guitar moan. Hanging around, singing around the company store, picking like a chicken goes picking up corn. All the gals in the county gather around him, cause he's got a rhythm in his bones. The beat starts scooting with a shuffle and drag every time I hear the rhythm of the guitar rag. He gets a moaning tone, makes a grumble and groan. And when he starts picking and a plucking them strings, he can make the deacon do the buck and wing. Well, the fat and the skinny does a little shimmy and the head start to wiggle and wag. The beat starts scooting with a shuffle and drag every time I hear the rhythm of the guitar rag. been torn, makes a grumble and groan. Now when he starts picking and a plucking them strings, he can make the deacon do the bucking wing. Well, the fat and the skinny do a little shimmy, and the head start to wiggle and wang. The feet start scooting with a shovel and drag every time I hear the rhythm of the guitar ring.
Can I have this one? Thank you. Getting better all right. What's that word saxophone?
That song, Merle Travis recorded that and called it the Rockabye Rag.